What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, we back at it again, baby. Yes, this is the original 911 Season 3, Episode 11, man. And this is my discussion slash review, and we are back with the original. No shade on 911 Lone Star. I actually ended up watching the series, and I kind of really enjoyed it. But this is the original 911, and we are back, baby. Um, okay, yeah, man. For me, this episode felt really light and hearty all the way through until like midway through, and then at the end is where it kind of got serious and dramatic, and they were trying to focus on some real life issues and everything that everybody was kind of going with throughout the show, particular people anyway. But at the beginning, it felt all light and hearted. The title of the episode was called "Seize the Day," so we had a whole bunch of cases that involved people trying to seize the day. Whether it's the one with the dude and in the airplane trying to parachute, and the dude that wanted to talk to his crush, but ended up getting crushed in his windpipe. So they were trying to seize the day. Then we have the one that I don't I don't even know if this one was really trying to seize anything or not. The dude that like owned his home, but like the bank foreclosed, and then he crushed this man, and the dude guts and organs was popping out of his back. That had nothing to do with seizing the day, but that's where the title came in, and they actually said "seize the day" throughout the episode. The guy with the that was fishing with his wife, and he swallowed the fish. Like in true 911 fashion, they bring us back, and yeah, all of the cases were serious cases, but they were handled very quick, and like none of the stuff was really just super life threatening. I mean, well, it was life threatening, but like it didn't really. Nobody died. Everybody was saved. There wasn't any death or anything. Everybody was saved. Life threatening issues, but nobody died. So it was light and hearty. There was jokes made, and then we also got introduced to Chimney's brother this episode, which was wonderful. And I don't know if there's anybody that's watching my video that was a fan of the Librarians, but that is the dude from the Librarians, the thief. But anyway, I just thought that was a nice little nod because I was like, oh, this dude, I know him. But yeah, so we got introduced to Chimney's brother, and everything else was kind of just light and hearty, I guess, to kind of get everybody back in the full swing of having 911 back, because we've been on such a long hiatus for a minute, but we're actually back, and it's good to be back. So we got introduced to Chimney's brother. We're getting well, I'll go ahead and talk about it. So this episode, we talked about everything else with the cases and everything. This episode, we dive right into Michael. I'm assuming over the hiatus for them, they were still taking place. For us, we didn't see it, but Michael has been getting treated with radiation for the tumor in his brain. And now we come back and we find out that it's not working, and the tumor hasn't grown, but it hasn't shrunk either. So now they're looking at surgery, and we have Bobby and Athena, and they're totally on board. And Henry and May aren't really feeling it, but Henry, him being younger, Michael kind of talked him into like, well, if you pass and you study and everything, he kind of took his mind off of it. But May, being older, getting ready to go to college, she understands all of these things, and she knows that they're hiding something. So she's still pressing, and she's not really ready to give up because she doesn't want him to have the surgery, because it could be a major complication, because it's such a huge surgery with them having to cut inside his brain. But long story short, we see May not giving up on her pursuit. So then she decides to go talk to her dad by herself, and she sees him writing out and adjusting his will. And she was like, "Are you giving up? Like, what are you doing?" And he was like, "No, no, no. This is me to be prepared to help to take care of you and your brother in case something does happen." And Michael talking to May, kind of gave him the courage to not go through with the surgery, because it is such a risky surgery. So he decided not to do it. And at the end of the episode, we see where he's telling Bobby, Athena, May, and Harry. Why did I say Henry? Harry, that he's not going to do the surgery. He's not giving up. He's still going to fight, but he's going to find another way to do and deal with the tumor. He's not going to do the surgery because the surgery is so risky. But he's decided to live for the day, well, live for the moment and seize the day. The title. So, yeah, that wraps up that story. Then we get into the whole moment where, like, the back half of this episode, and midway through, it really focuses on, which is Chimney and his brother. We knew maybe from the past 2 seasons that Chimney has issues with his father because he felt like he abandoned him, and we kind of went more in depth to that story. We find out that Chimney's mother had cancer, and that she wanted to stay in the United States, and his father had to go back for work. He traveled here for work, but he decided to go back after his time was up, but his mother wanted to stay, so Chimney stayed with his mother. Then she got sick, she died, and that's when he came in contact with Kevin's parents, and they raised him because he was like 15 at that point, and his father gave up. Now, we all know how Chimney's father feels about him. But this episode, we get introduced to his brother, and we also learned that his brother feels some type of way about their father as well, because their father wants them to do exactly what he wants them to do, and they want to be their own person. They want to be their own man, and he doesn't want that for them. So he calls Chimney, him and Chimney start talking, and he's trying to get Chimney to give his brother to come back to Korea, and Chimney was all for it. But at the same time, he's kind of thinking and kind of lingering on it because he doesn't really know what to do. Because he doesn't really kind of, him and his father don't have that kind of relationship. But he is a little upset at his brother because his brother has that relationship with his father that he's always wanted. But throughout the episode, and in true fashion, we learned that his brother's telling him, hey man, you think you wanted that relationship? I had that relationship, and it's not as great and cut out as you think it is. It was actually really, really rough, and that's why I left and ventured out on my own. And it took Chimney a while to see that. We see Albert coming to the fire station, hanging out with Chimney's other family, which Chimney so adamantly put it, like, well, you took my father from me, and you coming in here, and everybody likes Albert. And at that point, he was drunk. But Albert was so hurt, and he was like, well, it's not what you think it is. Father isn't, you wanted this relationship, it's not that great. I had it. And Chimney realizes his mistake, and everybody they're not picking sides, but they agreed that, hey, Chimney, you didn't have to be this hard on him. He left his home, the only home that he's ever known. He came here to find his brother, to have you comfort him, and you're not doing that. And we get to see that comparison with Maddie and Buck as well, and that's always a nice turn. But then at the end of the episode, we see Chimney also apologizing to him, and them sitting down having a discussion and actually being brothers. And we hear that Albert's mother is going to come visit him in America and everything. So the only one that's left out of the picture again is yet again their father, and that goes to show us as viewers that their father is actually, I don't want to call him garbage, but I'll take what Maddie said. It's like he's not a bad person, but he's not a good parent either. If you get what I'm saying. So we see them kind of bonding a little bit more, and we got to see Chimney apologize, and now they're acting like brothers. We also got to see this episode, like I said, it wasn't too much going on. It was just not light and hearty to get you back in the full swing of 911. We also got to see Hen and I know her wife's name. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, we got to see Hen and her wife set up for adoption, because we learned in, I want to say episode 10 or 9 or whatever, that she lost all of the treatments or whatever, the eggs or whatever for the IVF, and they can't have actual kids. I'm pretty sure Hen probably could, but her wife is the one that wanted to tote the baby, but she can't. So they decided to adopt, and I think that's a great thing. I think adopting is absolutely wonderful. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't really want to do it. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I mean, I feel like there's so many kids out there that want someone to love them and be loved, and a lot of people don't want to adopt. But I feel like it's a wonderful thing. But they decide to adopt, and they give out this list and stuff to everyone in the firehouse. We're like, hey, when they call you guys, because we put you guys down as references, I need you to stick to this list. Don't improvise. Well, Hen, you're such a great person. Yeah, I know, but don't improvise. Stick to this list, okay? This list is what you need to go by. So, yeah, man, it was a nice, fun episode. But when it got serious, which was towards the end, it got real serious and it made you feel emotional, which it always does in true 911 fashion. But I felt like this episode was just a nice, light-hearted episode to bring you back into the full swing of things. That's why I didn't really go into depth about anything. I kind of focused on mainly the stuff that actually happened. I didn't really focus on the stories or the emergencies that was done in this episode because they were just copies, not copies, but like they were just actual events of the title. Seize the day, so they seized the day. But everything else is just kind of get you back in the full swing of 911, man. And I think that's everything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. But this is your boy, Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash that like button till you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Peace out.